Hello Darts Nutz, I'm going to do a review of the recently released XQ Max Mighty Generation MVG darts. I got these from Darts Warehouse in New Zealand and they cost around £49 with free delivery. That's at the current exchange rate. And this is the 21 gram model. There's also a 23 and 25 gram. They're a 90% tungsten dart, and as you can see it comes in this slimline box, and I think there's two sets of stems. I think these are the shot crystalline stems. It's quite a nice stem, that, and they have some green stripes on the point, on the grip point, and you've got a set of MVG flights. Get them out of the box. There we go, a little bit awkward. So they're an MVG standard shape flight, and then there's these other nice stems with the green fade colour. So that's what you get in the box. Let's have a close look at the darts. Right then, here's the close look at the darts. As you can see, the points are a grip point, and it's got some green paint in the grooves. I don't know if it's coming up as green on the camera though. Maybe the lights are a little bit strong. It looks a bit yellowy through the camera lens that I'm looking through, but it is green. The dart itself is a straight barrel dart. It's got a nice curved nose to it. It's got some very fine notches on the nose there, and then most of the grip is a kind of standard ring grip with a mixture of thin rings and wider rings and thin grooves. On this very front section here you've got 3 thin grooves and rings, and then some wider grooves and rings. It's probably a high medium level of grip there, and then you've got some more notches along here, and then that same pattern of rings on the rear of the barrel. Yeah, I'd say it's probably high medium overall. And on the very end of the barrel you've got the XQ Max logo and the MVG logo. I am quite fond of the colour green, so I may switch the stems to the ones in the other spare ones which have got the green accent on, but I think they're a short stem, whereas this one looks to be a medium stem. And this is the shot crystalline stems. It's got a very nice shape to it. I think these are polycarbonate stems, but it says crystalline, so whether it's made with some other material I'm not sure, but it's kind of bendy in the middle. And then you've got your MVG standard shape flights. So I'll just let you look at the dart for a little bit, and I'll put the detailed picture up with all the measurements on. See if I can get in close. Okay, here's the detail.
The darts are fitted with a 31mm grip point with the grooves painted green. At the front of the barrel it's got a slight taper, and it's got these small diamond notches in. That's 6mm before it gets into 2 types of ring grip, which is made of thin rings and grooves, and then slightly bigger rings and bigger grooves. That's 9.3mm wide, and then there's a section that's mostly smooth but it's got bigger diamond shaped notches in. That's 9mm wide, and then there's more of the mixture of thin and wide rings. That's 15.7mm wide, and then the rear of the barrel is smooth for about 10mm to the end. The overall length is 50mm and the width is 6.3mm.
Right, I'll take some measurements along the barrel. Let's get that squared up properly. Barrel length is 50 millimeters. It looks to be pretty even width all the way along. I'll just measure this front section first. Let's say 6.28, and on the middle where them notches are, probably catching the angle of the edges a little bit, so that says 6.3, so that's probably the widest part. And then these rings on the rear, 6.28, and then on the smooth section on the rear, just slightly smaller at 6.25, so 6.3 is the widest. Let's compare the weight of the barrels then. That one is 21.15 grams. That is 21.1. And that is 21.15, so two perfectly matched there, and one just 500ths of a gram lighter. The weight of the full setup is 22.7 grams. Right, let's see if I can find the balance point. It's just about there, so it's a little bit front weighted, not much. It's just front of centre with nothing attached, and with the supplied setup, just about there I think. So that's pretty much exactly where those rings are on the centre. So that's the detailed look at the darts. It's a very nice looking set. Let's give them a throw and see how they go. I'm just holding the darts pretty close to the nose of the barrel, just on these little like ring grips there. With the bullnose barrel I often tend to grip it pretty much near the nose, but I can move my grip anywhere along that front part, and probably a little bit better balanced where them diamond shaped notches are, but I just kind of like the feel of the little ring grips on there. The only thing that I have noticed is the darts seem to feel even lighter than what they are. I know they're only 21 gram, but they do feel very light. I don't know why. Maybe just because it's a 50mm dart, and with me holding it there. I don't know, usually when I hold it at the front I kind of get the feeling of the weight of the barrel, but with this it just feels lighter. I don't know why, so that's a little bit strange, and I was throwing it a little bit too hard I think on some of the throws, but I only seen a little bit of fishtailing when I was throwing it, but I suspect it's probably going to be better around about the centre. It'd be probably more balanced there, but apart from just that little bit of fishtailing, it wasn't too bad. It might take a few more throws to get the feel of the weight and that, but I'll just carry on throwing from there. That grip is, well, I'd say it's probably maybe just a medium level of grip there. It's not overly grippy, but it's a nice datum point for your front grip there. I think if them grooves were a little bit wider where them thin rings are, it might have been a little bit more grippy, but it's sufficient for me. Let's get these, getting used to the way I'm throwing it a little bit too hard sometimes. I'll just, those rings sometimes catch on the wire. I'll just move my grip up a little bit. I'm not going fully to the centre, I'm just going to go on those diamond notches just to see how that feels. That feels a little bit better balanced there. Flew a little bit better as well. So I'll just try fully in the centre of the barrel now. So I'm kind of on this set of thin rings here. First just didn't release it right, but the second two I did. Feels as that's the best balance point I think so far. Yeah, I'm not a natural centre gripper, but it does seem to work quite well from there. Let's give it another go. Seems to fly a lot better there around the centre, so if you're a natural middle gripper, it should be perfect for you. Just for the sake of experiment, and then I'm going to grip it on those last bit of ring grip. Some people like to go right to the end of the barrel, but there's not much grip there, and some people like to even grip on the stem, but there's no way I can throw it from there, but I'll just go on that position there. Flight actually seems quite stable from that rear grip. Probably a fluke that I got that in, like, maybe. I was surprised there. I thought it would be all over the place, but it actually stayed a nice steady course. Let's have a couple more, see if I can do any better. As you know, I'm not a natural rear gripper, so that's as good as it gets normally for me. But the darts weren't spinning like they normally do when I grip from the rear. Yeah, so if you're a natural rear gripper, it should be a pretty good dart, but I think balance wise it was best around about that centre, so, and it threw quite well from the centre as well, so middle and rear grippers should work well. But if you're a front gripper like me, gripping it right at the nose I don't think is that great. I was getting a little bit of fishtailing and balance was a little bit off there, but it was okay a little bit further up the barrel, just around where them diamond notches are, so it works okay as a front gripper from there. So I'll just go back to that grip now. Shanghai. Oh well, that's the XQ Max MVG Mighty Generation 21 gram darts. I think it's a pretty good overall dart. I did try the other version, which was the 23 gram, which is the same design and that, but I think I got on with the other version a little bit better. Could be because it was just a little bit heavier. For some reason these seem to feel extra light, which is was a little bit off-putting at first, but gotten a little bit more used to them. But I'll probably have to play with them a little bit more and report back on the forum, but I suspect the 23 gram version is probably more suited to me. Also I think the balance, depending on where you grip it, if you grip it right at the front it's not that great. It's not particularly bad, but around about just front of centre, the centre and the rear, it seems to be pretty good. I think I threw these ones better from the rear than I did the 23 gram version as well, but that was a little bit strange. But I think around about that centre is where the feel is the best. So definitely a dart that should be great for centre grippers, but like I said, it'll probably suit rear grippers and front grippers as well. It's a really nice dart overall. So there you go, that's the end of the review. Thanks for watching.